By the power of Grayskull.
Round one. Fight!
Until next time, this is he.
Late show, this show, throwaway show, complete throwaway. Don't even. It's a complete throwaway show tonight. Complete throwaway show. Complete throwaway show. How's everybody? Happy, what's today, Saturday? Yeah, happy Saturday. I don't expect nobody to be here, and that's okay. They put the belt on. Yeah, I saw that bullshit, man. He ain't gonna keep it long, though. He ain't gonna have it long. He ain't gonna have it long. Anybody than Cody Rhodes. I can't with Cody Rhodes. Right now, we got Boots Ennis fighting Zaire. So let's go to the first knockdown in round one. To the first knockdown in round one. Let's watch it. Let's go. Let's go here. He's going to first knockdown. At least when Boots got hurt.
Good body shot by Zaire.
First knockdown.
He's beating down Boots.
No, this is Boots getting hurt. Okay. He survived round three. He survived round three. This is round three. Boots was hurt. Boots was hurt. He survived it. Okay, he survived it. But the first round, he knocked him down pretty clean. Where is it at? Where is it at? Is this the first right? Nope. So he drops Zayas again. It's the second knockdown for Zayas. Knocked him down in the first and the fourth round. Boots is in a fight, man. This is not gonna be no cakewalk. There's not gonna be no cakewalk for Boots. I still don't say he might be top 10. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not convinced with Boots like that. He has some lapses in his defense that kind of worry me, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, he's a good fighter, but I just don't. Do I see like eminent greatness? Like, is he gonna be one of the best ever? I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. Okay. Once again, tonight is a complete throwaway show. It's gonna be a whole bunch of nothing. So let's go here. Apparently, they have the cure for sickle cell, y'all. Apparently, there's a cure for sickle cell anemia. This is beautiful. There's a cure for sickle cell. This is crazy. Did y'all catch this?
Emotional day as a 23-year-old New Orleans man rings in a new future at Manning Family Children's Hospital.
23-year-old Daniel Cressy became the first person in Louisiana to be functionally cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. That means the disease is no longer active in his system. Cressy says that his dream of becoming a pilot was almost taken away from him because of this blood disorder. He says it was tough two-year journey under this procedure, and he wants to pay that forward with his own nonprofit to help other people going through sickle cell treatment.
Wow.
This entire journey was the hardest thing I've done in my life. And the reason why I work so hard with our organization, Privileged Pilots, is because I don't want anybody else to have to experience the loneliness and the uncertainty and the hopelessness that I felt a couple of years ago.
Someone's ability to access treatment and potentially cure should not be defined by their zip code. People in Louisiana deserve the same opportunity as people anywhere else in this country.
Okay.
The people living with sickle cell disease are here. They are our neighbors, our friends, our families.
Doctors say the therapy uses a patient's very own stem cells that have been edited in a lab so they no longer produce the defective cells that cause the disease. We're told around 3,000 people in Louisiana have sickle cell disease. That is the highest rate per capita in this country.
Emotional day as
Why is that though? Is it the region? Is it the environment? What is it? Why in Louisiana do they have the highest? On top of that, this is beautiful. Shout out to CRISPR. Shout out to CRISPR. No more CRISPR slander, right? But this is beautiful, man. I'm so happy for this young man and future recipients of this treatment, you know? I know T-Boz is a longtime sufferer of it. So this is what's up, man. Like, I'm happy for him. Happy for him. Okay. Okay. Wow. $12 times a year. That's crazy. Yeah, young people, they have an ability to bounce back and fight infections better than any demographic. Wow. I was diagnosed as an infant, and my parents noticed symptoms when I was just a toddler, when I would cry nonstop without relief. So they would be forced to take me to the hospital, and I would usually stay for at least a few nights at a time. His symptoms included fevers, severe pain in the chest and abdomen, and crying. Lots of it. Lord, I can only imagine. Hospitalized between 6 and 12 times each year because of complications. So it's genetic. Huh. He's especially severe throughout his childhood and early teenage years before becoming more manageable. And during high school, my symptoms were at their worst when I was a young... I gotta get out of here. When I was a young child to early teen. As I got older, it got better. At some point, I actually stopped having crisis for 4 years straight. I was able to manage my disease much better when I got to 10th, 11th grade. I ate more healthily, okay, and that helped a lot. Still, sickle cell disease affected nearly every aspect of his life. Physically, I would get tired and winded very easily. I couldn't play on cardio intensive sports, and sometimes I would get upset because I just wanted to have fun like all the other kids. I came to terms with the fact that I will have to live a life a bit more proactive than others. It actually made me stronger. Okay, so the evil FDA approved a gene therapy called Cascavy for sickle cell disease. Cressy saw the possibility of finally living without the constant threat of painful crisis. So because the therapy was both new and costly, Cressy, who was a truck driver and aspiring pilot, said securing insurance approval required months of additional review. I wasn't denied gene therapy. I just had to go through extra hoops because it was new and expensive. Trying to navigate approval took a lot out of me, but my friends who are flying jets and fighting sickle cell all kept me going. The team at Manning Family is amazing too. Hospital officials spent months working with his insurance provider before approval was granted. Now, more than 2 years later, he says he feels like he has a second chance of life. I am great internally. I am physically fit as well. My hemoglobin's over 16, but externally, I am still recovering like I am still bald. I realized I love challenges and also operating complex equipment. I also knew that my career would be something I would have to commit to for the rest of my life, so I might as well pick something I'd enjoy doing. A pilot is the perfect career for someone with my ambition. Okay. Okay. So let's check out this gene therapy, Cascavy. Interesting. A one-time gene therapy that may help people age 12 and older with sickle cell disease and frequent vaso-occlusive crisis, or VOCs. Okay. Wow, it uses your own blood stem cells to help your body make working red blood cells, which can eliminate VOCs. Oh, wow. In the clinical study, 93.5%, 29 out of 31 people did not have a severe VOC for at least 12 months in a row after receiving Cascavy. Wow. Okay. This is awesome. This only just tells you the government, if they want to cure the shit, if they want to give you the cure, they'll give it to you. So some of the, okay, severe headache, abdominal bruising, prolonged bleeding, bleeding without injury, such as, okay. A doctor will give you immobilization medicine. This medicine moves blood stem cells from your bone marrow into the bloodstream. The blood stem cells are then collected in a machine that separates the different blood cells. This is called apheresis. This entire process may happen more than once. Each time it can take up to a week. And during this step, rescue cells are also collected and stored at the hospital. These are your existing blood stem cells and are kept untreated just in case there's a problem in the treatment process. Okay. If Casgevy cannot be given after the conditioning medicine, or if the modified blood stem cells do not take hold in the body, these rescue cells will be given back to you. If you are given rescue cells, you will not have any treatment benefit from Casgevy. After they are collected, your blood stem cells will be sent to the manufacturing site where they are used to make Casgevy. It may take up to 6 months. Woo! 6 months from the time your cells are collected to manufacture and test Casgevy before it is sent back to your healthcare provider. So this is going to take some time. Shortly before your stem cell transplant, your healthcare provider will give you conditioning medicine for a few days in a hospital. This will prepare you for treatment by clearing cells from the bone marrow so they can be replaced with the modified cells in Casgevy. After you are given this medicine, your blood cell levels will fall to very low levels. You will stay in the hospital for this step and remain in the hospital until after the infusion with Casgevy. One or more vials will be given into a vein over a short period of time. Okay. You will stay in the hospital so that your healthcare provider can closely monitor your recovery. This can take 4 to 6 weeks, but times can vary. Okay. Possible side effects: low levels of platelet cells, low levels of white blood cells, fever, chills, infection, severe headache, abnormal bruising, prolonged bleeding, bleeding without injury. Wow. Once again, if the government wants to give you the cure for all of these ailments, they have it. They have it. They have it to give to you. So this is what's up. So I hope this is more readily acceptable in the future for sufferers. Okay, that's what's up. That's awesome. Maybe. Who is Crit? Sir, you don't know what CRISPR is? Are you for real? Okay. Okay. Seems like you didn't know what CRISPR is. I'll give you a slight tutorial, real quick. Edifice. CRISPR. It is a gene editing program. The government, man. It's the government. Okay. CRISPR stands for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. Okay. It is a precise gene editing technology that allows scientists to alter, delete, or replace DNA in nearly any living organism. Okay. It was a big deal a bunch of years back. So let's go here and give everybody up to speed if they don't know what CRISPR is or if they forgot.
Gene editing is really just a broad category of.
Basically, this is what will allow you to kind of pick and so in the future, if you have kids, you'll be able to alter the genes to make them taller, lighter, darker, more intelligent, blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, blonde hair, black hair, red hair. You can play with every aspect of your child through its DNA, through CRISPR, and other animals as well. And then you can also do gene splicing and gene editing. You can crossbreed. It's a nasty program, but if used for good, you have sickle cell cures. Okay.
Being able to go into a genome of the cell from any species, including humans, and being able to either knock a gene out, put in, introduce a mutation.
So if you have a genetic defect for being short, it can remove that part of the gene and insert a tall gene. You understand? So you can customize how your child would be. You know what I'm saying? Bigger, stronger, faster, more intelligent. And the money to do that, it's costly, but hey, if you got the money, I don't know what parent wouldn't mess with their kid to give them the best shot at life, but let's continue.
That you want to assess the function of it. And it's really, the CRISPR is really a revolution because it has actually finally made it really feasible to be able to do these. So what used to be sort of delegated to lower species and model organisms, where people could do really powerful science to discover new functions of genes, is now we're able to do that in human cells directly. So imagine, being tasked with figuring out how a car works, but you can...
No, the movie Rampage clearly use the term CRISPR. It even explain what CRISPR is. So no, they weren't hiding it. They never hid it. They told you what it was. It was all over the news. It was a big deal. But people tend to forget, or over time it's not as important because it kind of goes away and it goes quiet. But no, CRISPR is not going anywhere. So
only stand back and look at the car. So you can describe it. It's red. It has, an engine that's shiny. It has 4 wheels, but you can't functionally test what is the job of the engine, or what are those wheels doing, and what happens to the car if the carburetor's not working, or if you have a flat tire. And so that's kind of where science in the human realm.
Cars don't even have carburetors anymore. No distribution caps, none of that shit. Everything's fuel injected. But you see what she's talking about though, right?
And so now with CRISPR and gene editing, you can really go into your cell, into your model, and you can say, this is my favorite gene. It's been implicated in diabetes or in cancer. And now you can go in and you can mutate it or knock it out and see the functional consequences of that on the cell behavior. And so it's a very powerful technique.
Hey, if you got kids, and you think they're going to be autistic, they can play with those genes as well. But let's trisomy 18, trisomy 21, Down syndromes. If there's any, potential birth defects, yeah, you can go in there and edit that shit out like a computer program and write some code.
So here at the University of Maryland, we have a number of researchers who have already actively engaged in CRISPR gene editing. And so everyone sort of starts at the simplest level, and that's making knockouts. So everyone is already invested in studying a process. They have a number of candidate genes they're very interested in. They've probably already done studies with like overexpressing those genes, and now they can come in and knock them out and make sure the genes that they're interested in play a role in the processes they're studying, and then also look for the interactions. So genes never work alone. They work together in pathways and complexes. And so you can now, instead of just making one knockout, you can make 2. You can see who needs a certain partner to work together, who's upstream or downstream functionally. And so you can really start to dissect the processes that are driving the cellular aspects and functions you're interested in.
Okay. All right. So shout out to that young man, the first functionally cured sickle cell sufferer. So that's what's up. Good for him. And his family, and like I said, future sufferers that will hopefully have more easier access to the Casca-V. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let me see. What's going on with the Boots fight? What round are we in? What round are we in? Oh, he won. Wow, he won. Okay. Boots won, y'all. All right, congrats to him. Congrats to Boots.
All right, fight is over. There they are. Boots is that guy. That 3rd round was epic. Zaire's got massive balls, but Boots Ennis is that dude. He's now unified champ at 154. Big fights for him. Place is electric. Boots is that guy. Gets hit a lot.
Oh yeah, because he has, like I said, his defense is a problem.
That guy.
I don't know. 54. That's one of the Charlos is at 54, right? Right? Could we see a Spence Boots fight? Listen, I would like to see a Spence Boots or Spence one of them Charlos. 154 is hot. Is a hot division right now. That's what I want to see. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see him take on one of them Charlos and maybe Errol Spence down the road. Cause Crawford overlooked him. Crawford was like, he's not on my level. which I agree. Watching him take those hits in the third round of this fight and his previous fights, he has very big lapses in his defensive stances. He does get hit a lot. So I wouldn't want to see a Boots Crawford fight. I think Crawford would have just knocked him out, by round 7. Nonetheless, I want to see Boots take on one of them Charlos and Errol Spence. Okay. For me to take, am I an empath? When I choose to be. I turn that shit off. That shit'll get you killed, girl. Not feeling it and caring for everybody, that should get you killed. No. It's dangerous times being an empath. It's dangerous out here. Guard yourself. I'm not saying you turn it off, but guard yourself, okay? And be highly selective of those that you choose to impart that gift to. Not everybody deserves, your energy like that. So be very, very mindful moving forward, especially in this day and age. So, okay. All right. Man, like I said, this is gonna be a whole throwaway show. Takeoff's family's fighting over his money. He didn't leave a will. This is sad. So the parents of Takeoff are fighting over this man's estate. Okay, let's go here. All right, that's his mama. Whew, child. What is with these rappers' mamas and blonde hair? What I don't understand. Why the pissy blonde hair? What is going on with that? Okay, anywho, let's get to it. All right, Takeoff died without a will. This man was one third of one of the greatest hip hop acts ever. Yes, the Migos are up there with the greatest hip hop groups. They had a 6-7 year run. They were untouchable. Okay, they were untouchable. Yes, you had to put the Migos in at least the top 10 greatest hip hop groups ever. I know you don't like to skip it, the flow, but it is what it is. They were a cultural phenomenon. They were international superstars. It's not for debate. Go argue with your mammy. Okay, this man was 1/3 of one of the greatest hip hop acts in recent times, and this young man had no effing will. So let's go to it. His name is Kersnick Kari Ball, died at 28, raised primarily by his mother in Atlanta. Okay. Quavo was his uncle, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. This is his mama. Child, listen. Anywho, Takeoff's mother, Titania Davenport, filed a lawsuit against the bowling alley owners for negligence and failure to provide adequate security despite knowing it was a high-profile celebrity party. She was the administrator of his estate. Well, then if that's the case, it should be an open and shut case if she's the administrator of his estate. Well, nope. Nope. I take that back. There's administrator, and then there's, what's the other term? It starts with a P. Oh, what's the other term? I figured the term. There's two ways to be ahead of somebody's estate. Anywho, okay. So the wrongful death lawsuit has been settled confidentially. The settlement amount was never disclosed. Okay, so here's what happened. No, not petitioner. It's another term. Aren't you going live? Sir, I am live. What are you talking about? Man, it's me, bruh. I'm live right now. No, it's another term. Shit. No, not executive. No, not executive. It'll come to me. Okay. So in the court docs, Kenneth Ball makes his stance clear. He says, this is the daddy. The daddy says he is entitled to half of Takeoff's estate. He admits he was mostly absent during Takeoff's childhood. He argues that even if he wasn't involved, he still has a legal right. He wants a Texas court to decide his share. This man says, I quote, I may not have been there every day, but I'm still his father and I deserve what's rightfully mine. I told y'all these parents be having kids in hopes that the kids, will take them out of their lap of poverty into the lap of luxury. So many people have kids and be like, yeah, you owe me because I took care of you. I've heard stories where the parents gave the kids a bill saying this is how much we spent over 18 years raising you. Okay. This happens way more than people care to know. Okay. So let's go here. In the court documents, Titania makes these claims. She raised Takeoff as a single parent from birth. They had a close, loving, and nurturing relationship. She provided nearly all of his financial support growing up. Takeoff later paid most of her expenses, bought her a home and cars. I was there from day one. I raised him. He knows I was his biggest supporter. This is sad. This is so fucking sad. So here we go. The venue fight. The mom wants it in Georgia. In Georgia, she filed a lawsuit in Georgia. She argues that the case should stay in Georgia. Takeoff lived in Georgia, and that's where the incident impact is most felt. The daddy wants it in Texas. He says Texas is the proper venue for legal proceedings. He believes a Texas court should decide his rights. You know why? Because he died in Texas. Okay? He died in Texas. No will on file. Takeoff died without a will. Estate valued at $26 million, including music royalties, investments, and other assets. Georgia law typically splits the estate between parents when there are no children or surviving spouse. How is Quavo his uncle? That means one of his brothers or sisters had a kid before. I don't know. But that's his mom. Child, y'all got to do better with y'all's mamas. Wait. Takeoff estate back. This is sad. But once again, there's a lot of parents out here having these kids, and the parents feel like the kids owe them, especially when they make it. Okay. I don't care about anyone else's commentary about it. Yeah, he died in Houston. That's why the daddy wants it in Texas. Okay. A judge has yet to issue a final ruling on how the funds will be allocated or which state will retain authority. I think it will stay in Georgia. I believe it stays in Georgia. Because that's where he is born. That's where most of his life he spent growing up. I believe it will stay in Georgia. Once again, this man was worth too much money to not have something in place. So the daddy joined the $1 million lawsuit in late December 23 as an intervener, asking for compensation tied to funeral and burial expenses, as well as loss of support. That filing added another layer to an already painful case, one that began with a tragedy and has now turned into a legal dispute over legacy loss and who should be recognized in the aftermath. Okay? Take care of your business, people. Take care of your business. This is sad. Okay, we'll be keeping an eye on this. Oh, that's what it was. Takeoff's mom is Quavo's older sister. Okay, there you go. Okay, thank you. Okay. Your mom's looking kind of busted. Let me stop. Okay, let's see what else. Once again, tonight is a throwaway show. It is, like I said, complete throwaway. Do not. It's gonna be ugly. Let me see. Okay, let's go down the line. Let's go here. What is this? What's popping up? Uh-oh. Let's go here.
Kindergartners, teachers' responsibility to be changing diapers for kindergartners. It is an alarming trend, not just in Pasco. but in the state of Florida, in the United States since COVID, that students are not independent when they enter into kindergarten.
When my son first started in the county, he was not fully potty trained. He needed assistance, and even now, he still needs reminders to shut the bathroom door because he gets so in his head about going to the bathroom.
You want to support those students that are developmentally disabled.
Once again, society, it's not society's job. And society doesn't want the job of raising your special needs kids. I keep trying, how many times I'm gonna keep doing these stories until it sinks in y'all's heads that society really doesn't want to be bothered with y'all special needs kids. I will keep covering this stuff until the day is over. I don't mind, because at some point reality has to set in for some of these parents. But come on,
just delayed, more developmentally delayed, and we put them in the proper setting so that they can get the support that they need.
We're looking at change of environment. We want to know what that looks like. What type of impact are we looking at? And I think those vague comments like that really, it becomes hard for parents and advocates to understand, where is this going?
It is not.
Once again, this is not society's job. Teachers should not be changing your kids' diapers. Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you kidding me right now? The audacity of to even have this question be asked. These people went to school for 6 to 8 years to not come out of school to change diapers. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. But once again, we're going down the line and no just randomness. Okay, let's go here. I didn't know there's men's espadrilles. I didn't know there's men's espadrilles, y'all. I did not know they had espadrilles for men. Did y'all see this shit? Where is it at? No, let me find it. Where is it at? They had the tie-up joints for the men's. Men's espadrille. Tie string. Let's just go to the clip. Let's just go here. Let's go.
You're doing, we urgently need to discuss some of the footwear seen on the Please stop what you're doing. We urgently need to discuss some of the footwear seen on the catwalks of Milan at Men's Fashion Week. Saint Laurent had their show today, and of course it looks very chic, but if you look closely, you'll see that the men are wearing transparent plastic shoes. I have long suspected that fashion designers are trolling us and trying to see how much rich people are willing to spend on ugly things.
It's not going to be rich people that buys this junk. It's going to be poor people, broke people, people that like to stunt. Rich people don't buy shit like this.
Ironically, the show was called Beyond the Fog, which I just think is so funny because those plastic shoes are going to get real fogged up. There's moisture in the feet. If you sweat even a little bit, it's going to get real misty in there. But let's move on. I've got more to show you. In the Set 2 show, they covered the models in fishing net, but the real source of their misery is these shoes that they were forced to wear down the catwalk, which I just feel is overly punitive both to them and to us. I will say that we have...
Here we go. These are Yves Saint Laurent's espadrilles for men. This is what I was looking for. Hold up. Yves Saint Laurent espadrilles for men. That's what I was looking for. I don't want Saks. Give me the Yves Saint Laurent. Here we go. Let's see if we can find the espadrilles for men. Let's see. No, let's do men's. Okay, let's do men's. Let's do shoes. Okay, we're gonna scroll down until we get to the girly looking shoes. We're gonna get to scroll. What the hell? They want $1,400 for these loafers? Oh no, son. Okay. Get into the boots. Don't worry, we get to the sandals. It's too loose. It's too loose. But okay, let's continue. Is that it? That's all we got? That's all we got? I'm really trying to find these joints, yo. I'm really trying to find these joints. Let's go. Let's go image. Do we have anything? Okay, so give me the low cuts. And then give me the tie up ones that tie across the damn ankle. But, okay, let's go back here. Okay, you're seeing it right here. This is what I was talking about in these joints. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's continue.
Seen men's espadrilles with little ties around the ankles. I think this is Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, that's Dolce & Gabbana. My bad. Okay, let's go looking. Let's go looking. Okay. No more I couldn't find. Okay. Dolce & Gabbana. Okay. Let's see. Can we find it? You gonna find it? Okay, Farfetch. Nope. Let's go. Okay, let's go to the actual site. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's go to the men. No. Shoes. Let's go to the shoes. What we got? Let's go to view all. Let's see what pops up. Sandals. Okay, I don't want those. Let's go. Let's discover more here. What else we got? No. A little more. Some of these don't look too bad. The loafers don't look bad. But we're not here to look for loafers. We're here to look for those espadrilles with the tie-up joints. All right, let's continue.
We also saw these at Dolce & Gabbana. That's some serious bedazzlement and I'm here for it. But then we saw shoes like this. Are the rich people going to spend an untold
Rich
fortune
people
on
don't buy
these?
shit like this, man.
Probably. Now let's finish strong. I should really look up who the designer is, but I just don't want to. Unfortunately, gents, you are going to have to wait for spring 2027 to get your hands on any of these shoes, but at least we know it's time to start saving.
Okay, the men's espadrilles with the tie-up strings are coming. Spring 2027, y'all. Are you excited? Oh, let's do, okay, what is this? Let's do this. Oh, no, I can't do that. No, let's not do that. Let's skip that. Okay, nope. Let's go here. Once again, I'm not the only one seeing this with Dr. Candace Matthews. Once again, I'm not the only one seeing this.
So yesterday I made a video tagging Dr. Candace Matthews with my concerns about her coming to our city, the land of the trill, Port Arthur, Texas, with all that rah shit that she do. I stated facts. I gave the timeline. This is not allegations. These are videos that have been uploaded on the internet and still are floating around with the things that she do when she decide to come out here in Port Arthur, Texas. So it's no hearsay. Coming to her as a black woman, a grown woman, stating my concerns and letting her know that we are not going for that out here. And she blocked me on 2 out of the 4 platforms that I tagged her in. That's coward behavior. Not only is that coward behavior, but that lets me know that you pick and choose who you want to go up against and expose and put out there and humiliate and bully and harass, and that you prey on the weak. You prey on people that you know are not going to go up against you. You prey on people that you think are not going to be able to expose you, or that you think the public is not going to listen to and pay attention because they may have dirt as well. Well, this is the thing. Not only that, to be practicing voodoo, which is of the devil, whether...
Okay, now once again, I'm not here for the religious talk, but I keep trying to tell you, most people that speak against spirituality and occultism come from have a religious based slant or religious upbringing. So I'm not here for all that. Okay, y'all know where I stand with this, but let's continue.
Our ancestors practiced it or not, voodoo is used to hurt people, to prey on their downfall, to manifest negative things towards them. Honorary doctorate after honorary doctorate after honorary doctorate from Christian schools, and calling yourself a doctor from a Christian school. Those two don't mix. You can't worship voodoo but be a honorary doctor under a Christian leadership program. It don't work like that. That should let people know about you right there. Not only that, you've been telling people that Tim Duriso is your cousin. Tim Duriso told me personally, that he's not your cousin. He said he heard that you've been telling people that. So that's another lie. I don't know what you, David Jones, and all these other people got going on, but with David Jones being a citizen of Port Arthur, Texas, in my grandmother's neighborhood, that's a no-no. We handle our own people. If you have a problem with somebody in our community, take it up with them the right way or go to the city officials. But to think that we, the people of Port Arthur, Texas, are going to continue to allow you to come here and come in the community with dildos, strap-on, bull horns. No, ma'am. Did you even tell the public that Port Arthur cited you for having a bullhorn and not having a permit out here? Oh, okay. If you gonna tell it all. Don't leave bits and pieces out to make yourself look good for the internet. That's how I know this whole thing you got going on is for clout. It's to gain the clicks and views, and it's to try to get people on your side. Because even the people of Houston, Texas, do not fuck with you. My DMs are flooded with people wanting to tell their story on the things that you have done. My DMs are flooded with people asking me to call them so that they can relate to me what you have done to them and their families. I don't know how true it is, but for this many people to be coming out about you, allegedly, something gotta be true.
So let's continue. So let's get to the video that initially got her blocked. Now she's been getting a lot of traction because she's been a supporter of the DL Whisperer. She's been going up against T.S. Madison, and she's been getting a lot of traction. Okay, where is it at? Okay, this is part one? Okay, let's go here.
Good morning. As a born and raised Port Arthur native, a lot of people on the internet may not like what I had to say in regards to Dr. Candace Matthews. My intentions are never to bring another black woman down. I have always been pro-black. I've always been on the side of black when it comes to the inequalities and the unjust that we experience in America, in our own communities, by other people and other races. However, we must hold our own accountable. With that being said, I've received so many well wishes, thank yous, even the death threats. I've received those as well. I've received warnings. I've received both the good and the bad. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't move me. With that being...
Sir, what he said, she's calm for someone of her magnitude, circumference. I'm done. Sir, I'm done. Not tonight, sir. Not tonight.
And said, I do have other questions. I do have other concerns. I heard the statement made by Dr. Candace Matthews on her press conference video yesterday on 11th Street in Port Arthur, Texas, stating that people from the city of Port Arthur have summoned her to come to Port Arthur and do what she does. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because I feel like if it's corruption going on in the city, which I'm sure it is, I don't know that to be a fact, but I know how politics get. And I know it's a dirty game. I do know that. But where my antennas go up at is, why do we need somebody from another city to come to our city to fix and correct problems? That's number one. Number two, if we want change, if we want to see a difference in the city of Port Arthur, not only the city, but the city officials should be the ones to make and incorporate that change. I say that because we are always quick to welcome other people into our space instead of putting on and welcoming our own, encouraging our own to step up, motivating our own to step up, demanding accountability from our own, not only our community, but the city officials.
Okay, let's get to part two. Oh, was that part two? Okay, here we go. Let's go here. This is part one.
Now, Dr. Candace Matthews, I'm coming to you respectfully as we are two black women, first. And second, you are older than me. And my mom and my grandmother always taught me to respect my elders. And you personally have not done me anything. But I have some problems. And I think as two black women, we need to have this conversation. Now, when you first came out on the scene, I liked you. I followed you. I liked you because I felt like you were a black woman representing Texas, able to go against the corruption in Texas. And I was here for it because Lord knows we need a lot of rebranding in the judicial system, and us being in, Southeast Texas, the Houston area, all of that. But then I started becoming iffy because I didn't like that. I seen you on 10th Street in my hood with a bullhorn disturbing the peace. It went from that to going to the Port Arthur Public Library, disturbing the campaigns, bringing props, running people off, using profane language in front of the elderly that were out there. Not just the elderly, but pastors, people of the city of Port Arthur. And it just started setting wrong with me. Then it goes from the library back to my neighborhood in front of David Jones's house, where not only did you bring this same dildo that you had in front of his house to his house in our neighborhood, but this was the same dildo you had at the Port Arthur Public Library. We don't live like that out here. Then when it got into the voodoo and all of that stuff, that was it for me. Because praying on somebody's downfall and wanting them to lose everything that they have and all of that, absolutely not. No. As an older lady, I would think you know better than to come in a neighborhood.
Okay, so that was the part one. What I played earlier was part two. Now here, let's go here.
Hey everybody, it's your good old buddy, Dr. Matthews. Happy Saturday.
Okay. Better energy. Happy Saturday.
So, I've been getting a lot of chatter from me going to Port Arthur. And I had to. Because, see, a lot of you don't know the backstory on what this man has done.
The backstory is irrelevant. That's between you and him, but proceed.
One, David Jones, Ricky Jason, and Judge Guillory all set a plot to try to get me put in jail.
It's politics, but okay.
Judge Guillory opened a case that was closed with prejudice from Judge Freeman from when I went to Ricky Jason's house with that bullhorn. Okay.
The bullhorn that you was cited by the city of Port Arthur for having without a permit. The bullhorn that you brought into the neighborhoods of elderly retired folk who are just trying to enjoy the fruit of their labor, enjoy their peace and sanity and quiet. But go ahead.
So then try to play all these games, and then he got judicial complaints and everything. See, they all playing this stuff together.
I mean, it's politics. This the kind of stuff that go on. But go ahead.
Then David Jones, let me go and tell you about him. See, he tried to reach out to me a couple years ago to try to go in on Thurman Barty, them, not knowing that those are my people.
Again, this is politics. It's a dirty game. You know that. But that does not mean coming to people's neighborhoods with dildos and yelling and cussing and using profane language around elderly and kids.
She has a
But
point.
Go ahead.
She has a point.
Okay? So then he comes up here with all these lies and all this stuff that he's doing. And so the thing is that you play with the bull, you get the horn.
And just like you are alleging that he lies, it's people in my DMs that are saying that you lie. It's people that are saying you are a compulsive liar. The city of Port Arthur said that you are a compulsive liar. It's the same thing. But go ahead.
And so this man has a history of going in on women, going in on politicians, going in on people's children, and everything. So my question is, what was all this energy if he's in your city and he's attacking women and y'all ain't saying shit about it? Why I gotta come from Houston to get on his ass?
I absolutely agree. You shouldn't have to come to Houston and get on his ass. The city need to be doing their job if that's the case. But that's not my issue with you. My issue is strictly the dildos and the profane language in the neighborhoods of the elderly and the children.
She has a point.
Where was this energy when he's running around messing with Kaylin Garner, that's a judge, going after this man's child? Where was that energy? Y'all ain't say shit.
Again, if he's doing these things, the people that he has done these things to should take the necessary precautions. And also, you being an activist, you should be going to the city of Port Arthur, not in the neighborhood of the elderly.
You see what I'm saying? Don't be over here trying to defend this weak bitch, because I'm the only bully who he's scared of.
You deflecting, love. Don't do that. Because every video where I've seen people speaking out about you coming to the city, nobody has defended him. Everybody has had a problem with how you came to the city and what you brought to the city.
And I showed you that, how he is scared.
Just like Aisha Saheed rolled up on you while you was eating and didn't have your security and you pulled out some mace. You was scared. So what is the difference?
And so that's why I came to Port Arthur, because I was summoned there.
And who is summoning you? Port Arthur, if y'all are doing this, y'all need to be ashamed. Y'all ought to be ashamed before God to be using somebody else to handle your business when this is your city.
Okay, now it gets deeper. So her beef with this Aubrey Taylor guy it gets even crazier. So here's what I was sent. Let me pull it up. Okay. Let me download. Okay, which one? Okay, it's in no set order. But here is how deep it's getting between Candace Matthews and the Aubrey Taylor thing. It's bad. 1, 2, 3. Once again, I'm not convinced she's not an agent provocateur. So here, let's go here. Okay, wait. Let's get out of this. Okay, let me get out of move that. Okay, so take everything what I present with a grain of salt. Let me find the right one first. Let me go in the right order. Okay, is this it? Is this number 1? Okay. Okay, ready? Let's go here. Oh wait, now I can just pull them all up. Fuck it. I'll pull them all up. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Take everything I present with the big old grain of sea salt. You ready? Okay, let's go here. First things first. Okay. This is the guy she's beefing with, Aubrey Taylor. Okay? Pay attention. This Harris County constable named Constable Sherman Eagleton is the Democrat who serves Precinct 3 in Harris County, Texas, and is the person who gave Candace Matthews the police badge she's using to terrorize people across the state of Texas. Police impersonation. Candace Matthews used the police badge that was given to her by Constable Sherman Eagleton which had expired when Candace Matthews was flashing it to gain access to apartment complex properties and to intimidate her political rivals in places like Bryan College Station in Brazos County, Texas, and Port Arthur, Texas, and Jefferson County, Texas. Remember when she went to the apartment complex? Talking about, I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to your head ass, and you had the white woman at the desk recording her. She used the badge to get into those apartment complexes, the same apartment complex that people are like, yo, we need help because they're not fixing anything. We got mold, we got insects. It's a slumlord. That was the same apartment complex she used this badge to get access to. Pay attention. Law enforcement notified. When I discovered that Candace Matthews was running around Texas using her expired police badge to terrorize her political rivals, I contacted Constable Sherman Eagleton directly and brought this pressing matter of public concern to the attention of the Democratic law enforcement officer, and he refused to report Candace Matthews to the appropriate authorities like the Texas Rangers. And for some strange reason, let's keep it going, pay attention. Wait, where's number two? Here we go. Is this it? Okay. And for some strange reason, I received a phone call about Candace Matthews using her expired police badge from Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez's office, but his office also failed to report the pressing matter to the proper authorities, which I found strange. Commissioner Ellis. I have proof that Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis is one of Candace Matthews' co-conspirators and possibly one of her financial backers who could be keeping her afloat. Do you remember the lawsuit that was filed by Liz Gomez, Marissa Sanchez, and Felicia McKinney and Jacqueline Aludo against Harris County, Texas, Alan Rosen, Chris Gore, and Shane Rigdon, back when Christian Menifee was serving as the Harris County attorney and under Ellis's complete control? Well, Commissioner Rodney Ellis used Candace Matthews to lure Jacqueline Aludo to his home on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, for an illegally held meeting without a quorum of the Harris County governing body, which is required by state law. The illegal meeting that was held at Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis's home between Ellis, Candace Matthews, and Jacqueline Aludo involved discussions involving Bishop James Dixon threatening to commit suicide while in Florida. Once again, take everything I present with a grain of sea salt. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Is that three? Is this 3 or 4? Wait. Let me find it. Nope. Okay, here we go. This is 3. Okay. Confiscating cell phones on Wednesday, October 3rd, 2023, after summoning Candace Matthews and Jacqueline Aludo to his home, Commissioner Rodney Ellis walked into the room and confiscated the cell phones of Candace Matthews and Jacqueline Aludo to make sure that their private meeting could not be recorded. What Commissioner Rodney Ellis did not know is that Candace Matthews turned on a secret recording device as she got out of her black Cadillac Escalade and walked up to Commissioner Rodney Ellis's home on Wednesday, October 3rd, 2023, after Ellis commanded her and Jacqueline Aludo to come to his home for their illegal meeting. Pay attention. After Candace Matthews and Jacqueline Aludo were seated at the table inside Commissioner Rodney Ellis's home on Wednesday, October 3rd, 2023, Commissioner Rodney walked into the room and began talking, not knowing that this entire illegal meeting to discuss county business without a quorum was captured on a secret recording device that Candace Matthews brought into his home. The reason Candace Matthews had been secretly recording Commissioner Rodney Ellis and other black elected officials in Harris County was fueled by her intention to bribe, extort, and blackmail them. Is this it? Okay. Wait. Okay, let's continue. Okay. October 4th, 2023, Candace Matthews proceeded forward with her extortion plot against Commissioner Rodney Ellis and Bishop James Dixon by emailing her secret recordings to Quanell X and one of her co-conspirators and to a convicted felon named James Earl Dunn Jr. an hour later. Email to Quanell X at precisely 2:19 on Thursday, October 4, 2023. Candace Matthews emailed a copy of her secret recording to her co-conspirator named Quanell X, who was serving as the founder of the New Black Panther Nation, and labeled it subject meeting with Rodney Ellis and Jackie Aludo about James Dixon, part 1, which was recorded on Wednesday, October 3rd, 2023 at Commissioner Rodney Ellis's home. Email to James Dunn At precisely 3:28 on Thursday, October 4, 2023, Candace Matthews emailed a copy of her secret recording to her co-conspirator named James Earl Dunn Jr., who is a felon who defrauded the United States Department of Education out of $300,000 and was convicted and served 3 years in a federal detention center. Last one. Oh, no. Closing thoughts. What I have laid out for you today is a criminal extortion, blackmail, and bribery scheme that was allegedly carried out by Candace Matthews and two of her co-conspirators named Quinell X and James Earl Dunn Jr. in an attempt by these individuals to seize control of our local judicial system and the local branch of the Nation Association of the Advancement NAACP, which are federal crimes which can be prosecuted under RICO statute in federal court. Make of this what you will. Man, say that, bruh, you know more about this than I do, man. You know more about this than I do. I just get sent stuff here and there, you know. I'm trying to piece it all together, but I've been looking at Dr. Candace Matthews with she's a problem. I think she's an agent provocateur, COINTELPRO, all that good shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep our eyes on this. All right. Okay. Let's keep our eyes on this one. So always your own people, man. Always your own people. Okay, let's get back to this. All right, let's continue. In no particular order. No particular order. What is this? What clip is this? Oh, let's go here. Oh, wait, nope, I'm gonna say that. Let me say that. Let me find. Do I have it? I don't have it. It's okay. Let's keep it going. Okay, let's go here. More autism awareness. More autism awareness.
It has to pay me.
More autism awareness.
You should never go through a hardship and come out with nothing.
Yeah. We need social awareness. We need social media to show the ugly side of raising these kids, because y'all lying to these people, acting like everything's okay and it's a blessing from God, and only God gives is strongest warriors, the toughest battles, the dumbest shit I've ever heard. This woman is ready to put this boy in the oven. This woman is ready to put this boy in the oven. Why is he so violent? What is your plan as your child physically gets stronger and bigger? Yeah, sweep the leg. Why is he so violent? Okay. Yeah. I'm glad she showed this. That's her husband? Okay. All right. Good luck with that. Hey. Let's see. What is this? Hey, let's go here. Let's go here. This is interesting. Okay, do you realize everything that just happened in the last 24 hours? All right. Technically, it was 48 hours. Well, let's go. Okay. Apple raises the prices across Macs and iPads. Apple raised prices today due to memory chip shortages. MacBook Neo jumps to $699. MacBook Air jumps to $1,299. MacBook Pro to basically $2,000. Mac Studio to $2,500, and iPad Pros to $1,100. Apple loses $215 billion in market cap. Apple shares fell 5% today after announcing price hikes, erasing $215 billion from their market cap. Tim Cook called the memory crunch a 100-year flood. iPhone and AirPods stay flat. GTA 6 pre-order sales shatter 39 million. GTA 6 reportedly surpassed 39 million pre-orders and $3 billion in revenue. They've already made their monies back to make this game. just in pre-sales. All y'all talking all that bullshit about I'm not paying $100. Yes, the fuck you are. You're gonna buy this game because you have nothing else better to do. Okay? The game is on track to be the biggest entertainment launch ever. It releases November 19th. Listen, it already made its money back, right? How much did it cost to make GTA 6? It cost between $1 billion and $2 billion. They made a profit, and just in pre-order sales. They've already made their monies back and then some. Okay? GTA 6 pre-order sales. Between 39 to 50 million pre-order units worldwide, generating an estimated $3 billion to $4 billion in revenue since pre-sales went live. You're going to spend $100. Just shut up. Shut up and give them your money. Okay? The standard edition is priced at $79.99. The ultimate edition sits at $100. Just go ahead and pony up the $100. You spend $100 on nothing, on lesser stuff. Look at this. European retailers like CD Discount reported recording 6 times more pre-orders in the first 24 hours than they typically see during an entire promotional period for Call of Duty. Please stop this nonsense. Y'all gonna buy this game and just shut up. Just shut up. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. Just give them your money. Just give them your money and quit your bitching. Quit your bitching and give them your money.
In revenue, no. $3 billion expected to sell 40 to 45 million of this. This is it. Wow. It has become a phenomenon. Okay, pre-order sales.
Yo, $100 is like $20 now with the inflation. Yeah, $100 now is like $20. So quit y'all's bitching. Okay, just quit your bitching, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Like, you know, nobody's listening to you complain. Just give them your money and take the product and be happy. Okay? All right, let's get back to this. All right. Argentina unveils a giant Messi statue. Argentina unveiled a giant Lionel Messi statue in Patagonia during the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The monument celebrates the captain's legacy as the most decorated football player in history. I believe in another 10 years they're gonna call him the GOAT. No more Pele. Matter of fact, I asked a question in the poll. Let's see what y'all say. Who's football's GOAT? You guys still say Pele? By the time they're done, it'll be Messi. BlackRock sells $239 million in Bitcoin. The world's largest asset manager joins growing institutional outflows. Bitcoin fell below $60,000 this week, down 20%. Trump is going to present the 2026 World Cup trophy. The final will be held at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Okay. I can imagine the amount of boos he's going to hear during that presentation. Iran proposes $40 billion Hormuz fees. I'm so with this. Do y'all thing, Iran. Do y'all thing. Iran proposed charging fees for ships through the Strait of Hormuz with Gulf neighbors. The plan targets $40 billion a year, roughly 20% of global crude and what is that? And NG passes through. I'm for this. I'm not mad at Iran. Do that. Tax these some bitches. Tax them. Tax everybody. Yes, I know it's going to make my life a little bit more expensive, but hell, so will your life. Tax everybody, man. Get y'all's money. EA sold to Saudi investors for $55 billion. EA will be sold to a Saudi-led consortium for $55 billion, led by the Public Investment Fund. It's the largest leverage buyout in history. Stockholders get a $210 per share. EA, y'all. Man, hey, somebody in Saudi, please come cut me a check. Okay? Cut me a check, goddammit. Cut me a check. Okay, let's go here. Nope, that's a while ago. That's everybody's mad. What you mad for? What are they mad for? Let's go here.
Saudi Arabia's buyout of EA is really weird from a financial perspective. At $55 billion, the buyout is the largest private equity acquisition deal of all time, and it's almost double the previous record holder of the $32 billion that was spent by private equity firms to buy out TXU Energy back in 2007. Not only that, but the Saudis massively overpaid for Electronic Arts. They paid barely less than what Microsoft did to acquire Activision, but keep in mind that EA generates significantly less annual revenue and less annual profit compared to Activision. There's also something strange going on with the private equity partners that purchased EA. The buyers are Saudi Arabia's private investment fund, Jared Kushner's Avinity Partners, and a private equity firm called Silver Lake that previously had shady dealings with the Communist Party of China. There have also been public announcements that investors plan to recoup losses by replacing as many workers as possible with AI, and
Okay, you'll get over it. Let's continue. You'll get over it. Let's continue. Trump asked for a Fed rate cut. Messi's looking for a 2030 World Cup. He'll be 43? He's 39 now. He'll be 43 in 2030. Says he'll keep playing as long as I can contribute and help my teammates. He will be 40. He'll be 43 at the time. I mean, if he stays healthy. Ferrari marketing boss quits after EV debut. Ferrari's chief marketing officer resigned after the troubled EV debut. A former BMW executive steps in. The exit follows disappointing reception of Ferrari's Electrica that has weighed on the stock. Yeah, they were killing this fucking car. It looks bad. Ferrari EV. It's horrific. It's bad. It's bad. This is it. The Luce. This is bad. This is bad. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Sir, a turbo diesel? Bruh. Honestly, those look like the old F40. These look like the old F40 lights. Even if you remember the Ferrari F40 and F50, it's got those lights, those tail lights. Other than that, yeah, this thing is horrid. This thing is horrid. This thing is horrid. I don't know what they were thinking. If I ain't going front, though, it's clean on the inside. Okay, let's go to Matt. I like Carwow. Let's go here.
But it doesn't even look like a real Ferrari. What have they done?
The Luce is the biggest Ferrari ever made. It's longer than an Audi Q8 and wider than a London width restrictor. Have fun driving this around Knightsbridge, guys. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Many Ferrari customers don't actually care about performance. They want a car that looks good on their social media feed. But I think this thing looks dreadful. The front is a little bit like a cyberpunk Fiat Multipla, and the side resembles a reskinned Jaguar I-Pace. Some of the wheel designs are good, but those roulette wheel rims belong on a Tesla Cybercab. Yuck. However, its worst angle is around the back. It looks like someone crashed a 360 Modena into a random Chinese EV. Hard. And it isn't just me who hates it, because look what happened to Ferrari's stock price when it revealed the Luce last night.
It's already dropped by over 7% today, which has wiped approximately £3 billion off Ferrari's market value.
So how on earth did they screw up so badly? Well, they didn't, because this car wasn't actually designed by Ferrari. It was created by Apple designers Johnny Ive and Mark Newson. So no wonder the car looks like a first-generation iPhone from 2007. Thankfully, the Luce's tech is more Formula One than mobile phone. Yes, it's electric, but the quad-motor setup produces 1,050 horsepower. power, so it's very, very fast. Engage launch control using a switch mounted on the roof, and Ferrari says it'll do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds, so about the same as most average Chinese EVs. Pin it for longer, and you'll max out at 193 miles an hour, which is actually faster than a Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. I like that stat, and I also like the interior. The elegant steering wheel is absolutely gorgeous. The layout is clean, and I love the fact they've kept physical buttons, but given them a 21st century makeover. Okay, so the screens look a bit like a giant smartwatch, and the air vent on the dashboard does look a bit like it hasn't been screwed in all the way, but compared to the fussy, complicated interiors you get in most high-performance cars, this is actually a breath of fresh air. And if you look over your shoulder, you'll spot something else new. The Luce is the first Ferrari to come with a bench seat in the back. So unlike the Pura Sangue, which is a strict four-seater, this new EV can carry 5 people. But will anyone actually want to come for a ride? Well, I think that a fun car should put a smile on your face at 30 miles an hour and at 130 miles an hour, whether that be from the noise, the vibrations, the acceleration, or the sheer spectacle. Electric cars are fast, but they lack drama. Has Ferrari fixed this? Well, see those pedals behind the steering wheel? The left one controls the regen braking, a bit like downshifting, and the right one controls how much torque you get from the 4 electric motors. Each pull gives you an extra shove as you accelerate up to a combined 990 Newton meters. Okay, so this doesn't seem that different to what Hyundai did with the Ioniq 5N.
That's good, isn't it? I'm jealous!
And AMG is trying this with their new GT 4-door. However, both those cars use synthesized engine sounds to complement their fake gear changes. Ferrari has done things differently because it relies on whirs and hums of 4 electric motors to keep you interested. Basically, it's supposed to work like an electric guitar, which uses pickups and an amp to turn the vibration of tiny strings into ear-popping melodies. But I have my doubts. A Ferrari is supposed to sound like being locked in a shipping container with a claustrophobic lion, not like an air conditioning unit on steroids. So is anyone actually going to buy this car?
Yes.
Well, the market for very high-end EVs is
yes, they will. And it won't be a whole lot, but people will buy this. Somebody's going to buy this.
Predictable. Rolls-Royce managed to sell just over 1,000 Spectres last year, but things haven't been so rosy for performance brands. Lamborghini and Pagani have both cancelled their intention to develop their own dedicated electric cars. And even Lotus, which is Chinese-owned, has moved away from EVs back towards high-performance hybrids for its new supercar. Initially, I thought Ferrari could force its customers to buy a bunch of Luces to get their names on a list for the next exclusive hypercar, like an F80 Aperta or SP4. This would help lower the brand's fleet CO2 emissions and bolster its famously healthy profit margins. But Ferrari's CEO has spoken out directly against this, saying that forcing their customers to buy an EV would be the biggest mistake. And they went even further when their chief marketing officer told petrol heads in general not to buy the Luce. So why on earth did they bother building it if they don't want people to actually buy it?
Okay, this is definitely reverse psychology. So when you tell people to not do something, what are they going to do? Smart.
Well, Ferrari sees internal combustion engines and electric vehicles as 2 separate entities, a bit like cats and dogs. A Great Dane owner would never consider a Siamese cat, and vice versa. So rather than try to build an electric car to win over the Tifosi, Ferrari built a radically different car that it hopes will appeal
Should have been another hybrid
to EV lovers. Okay. Basically young tech millionaires who've never owned a Ferrari before. So how does the Luce stack up in terms of EV stats? Well, the battery is absolutely gigantic. Ferrari doesn't quote a usable capacity like other brands, but the gross figure of 122 kilowatt hours is huge. But what about the range? Well, Ferrari has designed a clever front axle that can completely disconnect the motors from the wheels when you're cruising to save energy. And the Luce's body is also the most aerodynamic in Ferrari's history, and it can lower itself by 10mm at speed to reduce drag even further. So how far can you drive it on a single charge then? 400 miles? 500 miles maybe? Actually, the claimed range is only 330 miles. I expected a bit more than that, especially considering the Luce, which means light in Italian, isn't actually that heavy for an EV. It tips the scales at 2,260 kilograms, which is almost 400 kilograms lighter than the BMW iX M70. Ferrari has managed this by using the giant battery as a structural element in the aluminium chassis. This reduces weight and increases stiffness. As a result, the Luce has 35% more torsional rigidity than the Pura Sangue, and I wouldn't exactly call that car floppy. It also has a version of that car's rear-wheel steering system and a further development of the F80's active suspension, which replaces old-fashioned anti-roll bars. So it should handle better than most 2.2-ton EVs. But there's one thing we haven't discussed yet, and it's something that could make or break this car. How much it costs. Well, there's no easy way to say this. It's £474,000.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. This is a car for Saudi sheikhs.
Starting. That's over 100 grand more than a Pura Sangue, and even more than the electric Rolls-Royce Spectre. So will this be a bright new chapter for Ferrari, or a forgotten footnote in its otherwise illustrious history? Well, I'd love to find out for myself. But after this video, there's almost no chance of me ever getting to drive one, unless some owner lends it us for a drag race, which they probably will actually. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, because that...
for test cars. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, $475 in pound. Let me see. How much is 475,000. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pounds in American dollars. Jeezy Pete. 600 grand. $627,000 in US for an electric Ferrari. For an electric Ferrari. Do you understand? For an electric Ferrari. That is insane. Holy shnikey. Wow. Complete throwaway show tonight. I'm just rocking out. Talking some smack. Getting some feedback. Anything else? Let me see, what else do we have? So he quit under the backlash. Anything else? Porsche made clear there will never be a fully electric 911. Okay. You know, the 928 was supposed to be the flagship car. And then I believe one of the American designers went in the meeting and drew 911 on the chalkboard, and he circled it and made a line across the entire fucking room. And that's how the 911 became the 911. It was supposed to be replaced by the 928. Yeah, the 911 was supposed to be replaced by the 928, and the 928 was supposed to be what the 911 is today. But the white man said he circled 911 and ran across the room with a long ass line. He said never. And that's what happened. That's crazy. Instagram for TV. Expanding to a major U.S. TV brand, Meta wants to bring reels and short-form videos to the living room. The push targets younger viewers leaving cable. That's scary, but that's smart. And Kylie Jenner's new Meta glasses. Okay. I didn't get to Pooh Sheisty yet. Okay, so let me go ahead and get to y'all's request, because you guys. Let's do the Texas thing. Texas Bible schools, Bibles. Yeah, there we go. If you're not a Christian, this could be a problem for you. If you're not a Christian, this could be a problem. Let's go here. If you're not a Christian,
earlier today, Texas education leaders voted to make Bible stories and verses required reading for more than 5.5 million public school students in this state. This move coming from the Republican.
You do know that Texas will be predominantly Muslim in another decade. You do understand that, right? This is going to be a problem. Okay, Texas will be a Muslim state in less than 10 years. You guys have some of the biggest mosques in the country in Texas, and they're building more mosques in Texas. You guys will be bluer than you think. But let's continue.
Majority State Board of Education as they met today in Austin. Some examples of the new readings: a picture book adaptation of David and Goliath story for elementary students. Also Bible passages about Adam and Eve for older students.
I believe this is pushback to the growing Muslim community population in Texas. I believe this is deliberate. I believe this is wholly deliberate, but come on.
Also of note today, the board voted to change some social studies curriculum to focus less on global cultures and race. Both changes have sharply divided educators and parents as well.
It's impossible to have a complete education as a young Texas student without understanding texts that were very foundational to our culture, and I also believe that they have a ton of literary value for our students.
If we think Texas is amazing, which I do, right? It's an amazing, diverse place. If we believe that, we need to teach the hard parts along with the good parts.
The newly required reading and social studies changes will take effect during the 2030-31 school.
Sir, I believe it's too late. It's too late. I'll explain why. I've done numerous stories.
You know me. You grew up with me. I'm 56.
I've done numerous stories on the growing Muslim population in Texas. You guys are done. You guys, it's over for you guys down there. I'm sorry. Yeah. You guys, it's over for you guys down there. Y'all had a good run. The funny thing is, it was never the Latinos that was the problem. It was going to be the Muslims, and they just kind of came through the back door. Yeah, I think this is too little too late.
In our national lead, from Sunday school to public school, today the Texas State Board of Education approved a proposal requiring more than 5 million public school students in Texas to study Christian Bible stories in their public school classrooms, amplifying a conservative effort to weave Christian teachings into U.S. public public education. The proposed curriculum requires specific Bible translations drawn from Protestant Bibles. One reason some Catholics are objecting. CNN's Ed Levendare.
Okay, so Protestants, not the Catholic version. Okay, that's another issue, but come on.
Is live in Dallas with the latest. Ed?
Well, Jake, this was a very controversial vote. After hours and hours of testimony throughout the week, the Texas State Board of Education heard from hundreds of people. They voted largely along party lines. The State Board of Education heavily controlled by conservative Republicans. They voted mostly along those lines to approve this new curriculum, which many education experts say no other state in the country has adopted. But it essentially it requires some biblical teachings at every grade level, from kindergarten to 12th grade, for more than 5 million public school students across the state of Texas. Supporters say that this is needed to help teach the role of U.S. history in its proper context and the role that Christianity played in all of that. Critics say that this is
so much for the separation of church and state. So that's no more. But okay, let's
simply
continue.
a violation of the doctrine of separation of church and state, and then it also goes to great lengths to avoid and exclude the teachings of non-Protestant Christians as well as non-Christians like Jews and Muslims. But there was one Republican who voted with Democrats against this curriculum, and this is what she had to say about the vote.
Teachers need to have their autonomy. They've been selecting books for decades, for years. This is nothing new. This is not a new concept to teachers. We are simply giving them a mandated list, which I believe is unconstitutional, but regardless of what I believe, let's not take their autonomy away.
And Jake, this curriculum will not be implemented immediately. It will be phased in over time, but beginning at the early grades, starting in 2030, and then higher grades in the years after that.
Okay, now I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is all pushback for the growing Muslim population in Texas. Okay, you guys are going to go blue because of Muslims, not Latinos. And like I said, I've done numerous lives and videos about it, but I'll go over it again because I don't mind. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do a dumb question. Which U.S. states has the largest Muslim mosque? Okay, let's go here. Okay. The U.S. state with the largest mosque by physical size and capacity is Michigan. So we lost Michigan, right? We lost Minnesota, but let's continue. Dearborn, right? Spanning 120,000 square feet. It is the largest mosque in North America. Now, if you're referring to the states with the highest number of mosques or the largest overall Muslim populations, the top states include New York, 340 mosques, California, overall 300, and a massive, trust me, I see them all the time. Texas, home to about 210 mosques. Illinois, New Jersey, both feature dense Muslim populations and a high concentration of Islamic centers. Okay. Let's see. Why are Muslims expanding into Texas? Muslim families are migrating to suburbs with excellent school districts and thriving economies such as Plano, Frisco, Richardson, Sugar Land, and Irving. These areas now boast strong established infrastructure that meet religious and cultural needs, including large mosques, weekend Islamic schools, halal restaurants, and community centers. Okay. The community has grown so rapidly that some centers are proposing large-scale master plan developments, such as the planned Epic City, which is a highly contentious topic, in North Texas, which includes homes, a mosque, and a school. Okay? Y'all, it's coming.
कभी कश्मीर, कभी ब्रिटेन और अब अमेरिका। सवाल बड़ा है कि क्या टेक्सास में सिर्फ आबादी बदल रही है या उसके साथ राजनीति।
Okay, I can't understand you, sis, but I feel you. I feel you. Let's go here.
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Roots of Islam channel. Texas
A state defined by vast prairies, oil derricks, cowboy culture, and deep Christian roots is undergoing a quiet yet profound transformation. Once home to fewer than 1,000 Muslims, it now hosts one of the fastest-growing Muslim communities in the United States, with hundreds of thousands embracing Islam across its sprawling cities and rural towns. This demographic shift presents a striking contrast. In a region where church steeples dominate skylines and faith is often synonymous with evangelical Christianity, the call to prayer now echoes from Houston to El Paso. How did Islam take root in the Lone Star State, and why are so many Texans, native-born and immigrant alike, choosing this path? In this documentary, we will explore the historical milestones, institutional growth, conversion narratives, and resilience.
We don't care about all that. We don't care about all that. Let's go here.
We've got a guest here, so yeah, I think I'm gonna get.
That's all good. We're all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in the car though. You guys get. Yeah, thank you.
Videographing, so just wanted to check what's happening. Just checking. I work for a British TV company, and we're making a documentary here in Irving, in Texas. We're not going to be recording you, sir. I'm recording me, but accusing me of Islamophobia for no reason. I mean, I'm here in Texas.
Texas has quietly grown across the Lone Star State. Hundreds of thousands of Muslims have made Texas their home.
They're going to try to keep their culture. They're not interested in our culture.
Some locals are worried Islam is not compatible with America.
There are verses that say conquer and kill. It's not going to happen in our land here in Texas. It's not happening in America.
Ma'am, you guys are being invaded and y'all don't even realize it. You guys are being conquered every day. It's over. Okay, I'm sorry, but if your only pushback is to put Bible stories in your schools, you've lost. You're losing the war.
So I went to Texas to investigate. I began in Dallas, where I met local activist Kristen and 2 hired bodyguards who agreed to show me around.
Yeah, good, thanks. We're going to go to some mosques.
Yes.
In Dallas.
Yes.
You live in Dallas?
I do.
And you're going to show me around?
I am.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Awesome.
So now we're heading to an area that is a mosque here in Irving, and there are some neighborhoods that are right around it that are appear to be predominantly for the people that attend the mosque.
So we're here outside of a mosque in Irving. Is Texas changing then? I mean, obviously when you think of Texas, you think rodeo, you think cowboys, you know. You don't necessarily think of mosques,
No,
but
you
that's
don't.
the new Texas.
It appears to be. And if it was just to be here to be someone wants to practice truly a religion, it would be fine. But when you study the Islamic doctrine and you go back to 1,400 years of history, it appears that, and you read the Quran, there are verses that say conquer and kill, to seek the unbelievers, convert or kill them. That's concerning. We see what's happening in Iran, we see what's happening in Nigeria.
But these people in that mosque, they're not raping and pillaging, are they? I mean...
I don't know. I hope not. I don't know. I don't know. When we're learning about what happened in the UK, I don't know. I hope not.
You said they never interview local Muslims. Okay, so are you okay with the changes that you see going on in Texas, Big J?
It's not going to happen in our land here in Texas. It's not going to happen in America. That's not what our founding fathers set this up to be.
Obviously, we're in Dallas. What would a typical street sign in Dallas say? Like, what's a typical name for a street in Dallas?
Lovers Lane, Sam Houston Boulevard, MLK. I mean, we've got those. Those are central.
Okay, I fucks her. She said MLK. Okay, okay, sis, I hear you.
All American Texas,
heroes.
American heroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are we looking at here then? So we've got slightly different.
I don't know. When our street signs, our street names are changing from our founding fathers and our war heroes, is bad. It's changing. Not in a good way.
So all these homes, they look pretty new.
Yes.
Are they kind of expanding? Is there like a lot more?
It appears that way. It appears that there were, the name of this neighborhood, I believe, is a second and a third. So they're building these neighborhoods. They built an older one, now they're building others that are coming on. So we've got a guest here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get
That's all good. We're all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in the car though. You guys
got money.
Yeah, thank you.
Videographing, so just wanted to check what's happening. Just checking. I work for a British TV company, and we're making a documentary here in Irving, in Texas. We're not going to be recording you, sir. I'm recording me, but accusing me of Islamophobia for no reason. I mean, I'm here in Texas.
You said that you are here because of the spread of Islam in Texas.
Exactly. That's why we're here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was interesting that someone clearly called the security in the neighborhood to try and question me. I mean, I guess they're curious about what we're filming today. And the guy who was speaking to me accused me without evidence of being Islamophobic, merely for making a documentary about the rise of Islam in Dallas today.
I can guarantee you if you got out and filmed down the street from my neighborhood, nobody would show up. Maybe that's a bad thing.
So what's the next stop?
So the next stop, we're going to Valley Ranch, which I've lived in Dallas for about 25 years, and Valley Ranch used to be the home of the Dallas Cowboys. That was where their practice field was. That's nobody knew anything else except the Cowboys about Valley Ranch, and now there's a giant mosque there.
Wow.
I think a lot of people, well, I'm sure a lot of the local Muslims would say they're not a threat to anything. They're just living their lives. They've got their own religion.
Yes.
You know, they're not harming anyone. How do you respond to that?
I heard this analogy yesterday, and I can't quit thinking about it. They say if you had a bowl of M&Ms and you said in the bowl, most of them are great, no problem, but there are 3 of them in there that are poisonous, that have stated we want to kill you. So you probably wouldn't risk those M&Ms. You probably wouldn't, and you probably stand in front of it so your family wouldn't do that either. Yeah. That's kind of how we feel about this situation. It's lovely that there are many people that are here and living their life and enjoying America. That's great. But the ones that have blatantly stated Sharia law will happen in Texas, Sharia law will happen in America, that's all.
Yeah. They're practicing it now. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, good luck with that, y'all.
It's concerning.
So this area was the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Good luck with this.
And now it's home to something new, or a new demographic.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I think about Valley Ranch as the home of the Dallas Cowboys, where they had their practice field, where their cheerleaders were, where they filmed Dallas Cowboy cheerleader show. Everybody loves it. And now, yeah, we're standing in front of a mosque right next to a high school here, and coming out of school. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, and it appears that they're leaving school to come to the mosque to pray. I mean, if my daughter was going to leave the school to go pray or to do anything at 1 o'clock on a Friday, she would be getting an F in her class.
Have we seen an increase in the number of mosques in Dallas in recent years?
Absolutely, dramatically. As I said before, I remember one mosque in Plano 20 years ago, but now they're just booming everywhere.
They got money.
What do you think when you see clips on social media that are like, the Muslims are taking over Texas?
You have to see for yourself. You just can't judge people off of what you hear. Yeah. Never judge nobody off of what you hear.
Now the funny thing is, we see this brother, right? But you know good and goddamn well that the Arabs will not treat him as an equal. The Arab Muslims will never treat this brother as an equal. I don't know why we keep playing these games with these people. They will never accept you as an equal when it comes down to it. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
And it calms all my fears.
Texas is changing, and nowhere more so than the Dallas area. Tens of thousands of Muslims now live in cities like Irving, giving the area the nickname the Medina of America.
There's a bunch of other places. Texas is not a small little state, you know? Move wherever you feel comfortable.
And they come in, they're like, have like a huge crew. They see me, they walk right out.
I pray 5 times a day. I have to do wudu, because I wake up with like a purpose every day.
But it's not the dozens of new mosques that have the attention of Texas's leaders. Instead, it's Epic City that has sent the state into a frenzy.
Sharia law will never be allowed in Texas or the United States of America.
Sir, it's already in Michigan. It's already in Wisconsin. It's already in Minnesota. It's about to be in New York. Please stop lying to yourselves. It's already here.
I wanted to cut past the political narratives and see what these communities were actually like.
They just made that, and people hit that Muslim people or Arab people are just not terrorists, which we don't. We're not.
What about the argument that maybe they're not terrorists, but they support terrorist groups like Hezbollah and Hamas? So is Sharia law coming to Texas? How do the locals feel about it? Come with us to the so-called Medina of America to find out.
All that stuff goes on over there in that side because they have a couple of, I guess you call them mosques.
We end the video at the mosque behind Epic City. We started in Irving, a city that's changed dramatically in recent years. In 2000, Irving was 48% white, but today it's 21% white.
What do you own? So he owns this property here. I have the corner on the other side. I have 4 shops on the side. Look at the city, man. It's got 250,000 people population, but this is all downtown. Looks like shit.
Most of its population is Hispanic, but it also has 40,000 Muslims in the city.
Yeah, get your asses up out of here too, Mexican man. Get your ass up out of here too. Hey, kicking all y'all asses out.
Makes it nearly as Muslim as it is white, and that sparked controversy on social media.
So we're here outside of a mosque in Irving. Is Texas changing then?
When you study the Islamic doctrine, there are verses that say conquer and kill, to seek the unbelievers, convert or kill them.
We talked to locals about how the area's changed. one thing you see on social media a lot, is there like a big Muslim community here?
Yes, but all that stuff goes on over there in that side because they have a couple of, I guess, called mosques.
Other side of 183 is like
there's a mosque. There's a mosque.
Yeah, mosque, and
around the mosque.
area.
Nothing wrong with them growing. Let them grow all they want. I'm okay with it. That's honest opinion. A year ago, we couldn't drink. You couldn't have liquor stores in here. We never had liquor stores in here.
And why was that?
Because there was more Muslims fighting it.
A lot of Muslim, a lot of Pooh.
How do you feel about that as a born and bred Texan?
Well, I hope they like it. I mean, I'm thinking they got here as quick as they could.
It's nothing to me, you know, I'm a minority myself.
Okay, you want to go to where they live.
Okay.
There's a mosque down the road. Right by the mosque, there's the most beautiful houses. A whole community. You have to be a community for that. Yeah. Go look at that.
When we drove to the Muslim side of Irving, we noticed things start to change. And then we pulled up to the mosque. So one interesting thing about this Islamic center is it has a mosque, of course, but it also has a school, just kind of like a Catholic parochial school. But we saw some school kids walking out. There's recess over there. We then stopped by a burger joint.
I've covered this extensively ad nauseum. There's one big ass mosque in I think it's Dallas. Let me see. Let me go back and look. Let me look it up. Okay, let's do this. The largest. It's a beautiful building. The largest mosque. It's a beautiful building. This is it. The Masjid of Texas. I've covered this before. It's in DeSoto. Look how big that place is.
Just 16 miles south of downtown Dallas, in a quiet suburban city, sits the biggest masjid in the Lone Star State of Texas.
Welcome to the biggest masjid in Texas.
It has the biggest parking capacity in America, with 814 designated vehicle parking spots. By land, the masjid sits on a 10-acre site, and the masjid itself is a 51,000 square feet, two-story building, praying capacity of 3,500 people.
Wow.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah, one of the most beautiful masajid in the United States.
All right, I'm done with it. All right, I made, like I said, I covered this ad nauseum. Y'all, good luck with that down there, y'all. God bless you. Put up the good fight. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, somebody said, what was Pooh Sheisty? Pooh Sheisty, only confirming what, these stories. His female his case manager, he was having relations with her, right? Okay. This woman, yeah, his house arrest supervisor. He was having relations with his house arrest supervisor. There's nothing else to talk about. Your red pill it's not working. Okay, women are risking their jobs, their freedoms, their households to be with inmates and felons. I don't know what else to tell you. That they like what they like. Like the sooner y'all get over it and understand, I promise you the better off you will be. But the more you guys engage in this circular arguments, South arrest me. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Pooh Sheisty had an inappropriate relationship with a case supervisor who gave him unauthorized day passes to travel while on house arrest. The last day pass she gave him was the day of the robbery, the day they robbed Gucci Mane. The employee has since been fired, allegedly created fake passes, and was in frequent contact with the rapper. Issued fake day passes, including on the day Gucci Mane was allegedly robbed and kidnapped, allowing Pooh Sheisty to travel unapproved to unapproved locations. What is there else to talk about? Your red pill argument is dead. It doesn't work. It's not real. You know what? I get it. These are feel-good conversations. It's like an AA meeting. You keep going, and yet they don't want you to leave the meeting. They want you dependent on coming back because of the trauma. Okay, I get it. The nonprofit organization tasked with monitoring his home confinement. The employee allegedly entered unauthorized day passes into the system, which allowed Pooh to travel to locations outside the scope of his court-mandated restrictions. The misconduct reportedly continued through the day of the Gucci kidnapping, with the employee entering 3 separate day passes and contacting Pooh 19 times throughout the day. She's been terminated. That's about it. We do not believe that there was anything inappropriate about our client's relationship with any of the house arrest supervisors. This is not what he was on trial for and is simply a distraction. Okay. Despite the alleged help, the docs state Pooh still managed to rack up at least 4 documented violations, including providing a cold urine sample in November 2025 that was logged as a refusal, missing a urinalysis appointment in January 26, citing lack of transportation, and failing to appear for a bi-weekly check-in in March of 2026, claiming transportation issues again for a drug test weeks later. Yeah, he's where he needs to be. And I like Pooh Sheisty music, y'all. I like his music. But he's where he needs to be. Okay? Okay. Let me see, I've been on for an hour and some 40 minutes. Okay, a couple more and I'm gonna get out of here because it's almost 11 o'clock. Okay. Oh, let's go here. PS4. Let's go here. 117 million PS4 consoles still working perfectly. Sony started winding down support in January of 2026. By April 8th, they began killing online features. By September, the entire PS brand is gone. The PS4 isn't breaking down. Sony is breaking it. Okay, PS4 launched in 2013. It sold 117 million units worldwide, the fifth best-selling console in history, the second best-selling PlayStation ever made. It worked too well. If your hardware lasts forever, the company stops making money from you, so they built a plan to make it stop lasting. This is the same tactic they use with the iPhones and most of your smartphones, but let's continue. All right, 2026, January, PS4 games phased out of PlayStation Plus. April 8th, legacy online features shut down for new games. September, PlayStation Network brand abandoned entirely, and Genshin Impact already confirmed ending PS4 support. Okay. Your ecosystem is being dismantled. Sony has not officially announced most of this. It emerged through leaked developer documentation and internal company memos obtained by journalists. They are doing it quietly on purpose. This is the business model behind every console. Sell you the hardware, build a library of digital games tied to that hardware, then kill the platform to force the upgrade. Your digital library becomes a hostage, not a purchase, a license that expires when they decide your hardware is no longer profitable to support. You bought the console, you bought the games, you paid PlayStation Plus every month for years. None of that matters when they decide you are done. This is planned obsolescence as a service. Companies do not profit from things that last. They profit from forced upgrades, from making the thing you own feel broken. The PS5 has sold 50 million units. It is catching up fast. Sony does not need the PS4 anymore, and they have decided that means you do not either. The same model runs every major tech platform. iPhone slow down push to upgrades. Windows Internet support to force new computers. Now PlayStation is doing it to your living room. The PS4 is not dying because it failed. It's dying because it succeeded. 117 million people still use it. That is 117 million people Sony needs to move off it. That's nasty work. When you are buying digital, you do not own anything. You rent access until the company decides otherwise. The disc you bought is yours. The license behind every digital purchase never was. All right. Sony is not breaking your PS4. They're making you feel like it is broken. That is a different kind of engineering, and it works every single time. Okay, this stuff you should already know. You should already know this. Nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. Okay. What is this? Oh, let's go here. This woman here, Brooke George. Holy cow. Did y'all see this? Oh, this woman's out of here. Brooke George. Did y'all hear what happened? Oh, she's done. Okay. Let's go here. Child. Come on.
Real TikTok influencer from Kent has been charged with murdering her boyfriend in Dubai, and campaigners say that she could face the death penalty. Brooke George says that she stabbed her 26-year-old British partner in self-defense, claiming that she had feared for her life after he began assaulting her. The group detained in Dubai have urged the authorities to release her on bail and said the case should be treated as domestic violence.
No, that you can't murder and you can't do that in Dubai.
Right, let's go over now to former Met Police Detective Peter Blexley. Hi, Pete.
Good evening.
So this British so-called influencer, she's 23 years old. Her name is Brooke George. She's a former John Lewis shop assistant from Gravesend in Kent. She's gone over to Dubai to take pictures with this guy she sort of met on Facebook. She's gone over to see him once before, said she had the time of her life, went back, and she claims that it all went sour and he started beating her up and that she, in self-defence, picked up a kitchen knife and stabbed him and it killed him. She then tried to escape from Dubai, but got arrested at the airport and is currently incarcerated in one of those hellhole Dubai prisons. Campaigners are calling for her to be treated as a victim of domestic abuse. She may well be, she might not be. But what I was going to ask you, Pete, I mean, these kids, so many of the young people, oh, I'm an influencer. No, you're not. You're a shop assistant. You know, these people who say, I'm an influencer, you know, because I've got 50 followers on TikTok and here I am in a bikini. You know, great. Yeah, well done. They go over to Dubai because they think it's the promised land, and they seem to feel they've gone somewhere like Brighton. There's no difference to Britain because there's so many Brits in Dubai, and they find themselves, whenever they get in any trouble, even minor trouble, like sort of kissing each other in public or something, they realise that they've set up shop in a very, very different culture. And it sometimes, often costs them dearly. I would suggest that Brooke George is one of them.
Yes, indeed. And of course, if these circumstances had happened in the UK, then you and I would be forbidden from discussing this case because they're awaiting trial, quite simply. She's awaiting her trial, so of course the laws of contempt would bar us from broadcasting about a case that is yet to be tried in front of a judge and jury. But here we go. Here's another big difference in Dubai. Guess what? They don't have trial by jury. It will be a panel of judges that decide whether this young lady is guilty or innocent. And neither you or I know all of the evidence. We only know some of the facts as they have been reported. I think we're going to have to sit back, wait and see how the trial progresses and see what the outcome of it is. But I've been to Dubai a couple of times in recent years, both times for work. It's really not my kind of place. I don't like living in an autocratic regime, although Keir Starmer's done his very best to make Britain as autocratically run as he possibly could. But most of the people that I met out there, the expat community, they were shallow, they were vain, they were tax avoiders, and they were dull.
She claims that so she hooked up on Facebook with this British guy who's 26 years old and is now dead. She says that a few months back, he said, come on over to Dubai. You know, he took pictures of her while she fantasised about being a model and an influencer. She's not. She's a shop assistant from Gravesend. It's these kids who are so, you know, mesmerised by this nonsense. You can't be an influencer, you know, if you've only got 100,000 followers. Anyway, so she says that he took her over there first off for a week, took pictures of her so she could look glamorous and be an influencer. And she said she had the time of her life. He invited her back and it all turned sour. He started hitting her and the detained, and then in self-defence she grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed him. Now, detained in Dubai, an organisation that looks after the interests of people who do get into trouble, British people who get into trouble in the United Arab Emirates, they say that she should be treated as a victim of domestic abuse. Now, I'm not saying that she's not, but we don't know that. And I'll tell you something that won't look good in her favour was the fact that they arrested her as she was trying to get the hell out of Dodge onto an aeroplane and out of Dubai. So she could well, we don't know what the truth is, but she could well have constructed this story. And let me put it this way, without me wishing to back the Dubai authorities or the police there, you as a copper, I'm sure you would agree with me, or an ex-copper, that you would be sceptical of that story, wouldn't you?
A young man's lost his life, so that, of course, is very sad. But any investigation has to be not a search for proof of a theory, but an unshakable search for the truth, however uncomfortable or inconvenient that may be. So I would would like to think, although I do have a degree of scepticism about this, I would like to think that the Dubai police investigation will be a search for the truth, so that if she was lawfully acting in self-defence, she will be acquitted. However, if that is not the case and she violently attacked this man, then she'll be convicted of murder. But we'll have to see all the evidence as it pans out, as it's played out.
Yeah, I believe they hit you with the firing squad in Dubai. I think it's firing squad, Dubai death penalty. Yeah. The only legal method of execution in the UAE is by firing squad. Lord have mercy. A panel of 3 judges must unanimously agree on a death sentence. Furthermore, the execution cannot be carried out until it is officially confirmed by the UAE president. Sentences are often commuted to life or lengthy prison terms. So more than likely, if she's found guilty, she'll do life or a bunch of years in prison. They're not going to put no woman. I know, but then they are. And that is some Sharia life. We'll never know. We'll see how this turns out. All right, we'll see how this turns out. Okay. Interesting. Anything else before I get out of here? Let me see. I've been on. Okay. Shade under 2 hours. 2 hours is my max. I got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. What is this? Okay. Floyd Mayweather's lawsuits, man, this guy, it's done.
I want to say thank you to everybody. I want to say thank you for all the support. Greece, I'm on my way. Let's entertain, let's have fun, and let's get the people what they want to see. Greece, I'm on my way.
Okay. He's supposed to be fighting Zambitis. Let's see here. Another lawsuit. So, let's go here. All right. So they're supposed to have the Pacquiao rematch. He's supposed to do the exhibition with Mike Tyson and Zambitis, right? Floyd Mayweather being sued by a boxing promoter who claims they paid him $4.65 million in advance for mega fights against Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao, only for Floyd to walk away from the deals. Okay. CSI Entertainment claims they paid millions for exclusive rights for 2 major Mayweather bouts. The first, they say, was an exhibition fight versus Iron Mike, followed by a rematch with Manny, where Floyd would be risking his unblemished 50-0 undefeated record. CSI claims they made a $4.5 million in combined payments to Mayweather's management company, Frist Apex Ventures, to get the exclusive rights to the events, and says Floyd personally signed off on the deal. And it's the same Apex that Frist Apex that Floyd is suing for $175 million. CSI says Floyd wasted no time turning on them, claiming the day after they paid him in a separate $150,000 advance, he announced he was fighting Greek kickboxer Mike Zambitis instead of Tyson with a different promoter. They also claim Mayweather secretly signed a separate deal with another company to stream the fight with Pacquiao on Netflix from the Sphere in Las Vegas. Wow. In addition to seeking damages or at least getting their money back, the promoters are also asking the court to stop Floyd from fighting Zambitis next week and to prevent the Netflix event from going in violation of their exclusive deal. Boy, this man's downfall is so epic. They're going to just take their time with him and just really he's going to death by 1,000 cuts with Floyd. It's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts. Let's go here. Jay Cargill talks about her wig. She talks about her wig. Okay, let's go here.
You obviously said you had your worst nightmare happen the other day when your hair kind of comes off. What's going through your head in the moment, and then to see the praise for you afterwards for how well you handled that situation?
I mean, I didn't die, so that was good. Because my initial reaction was to roll out the ring, but because it's just automatic. Like, it's, oh my gosh, like, this is my biggest, because people don't understand, like, I have a short hair. Well, I just cut my hair off again, but I have a short Halle Berry cut. So people don't understand. When I always say, hey guys, this is a wig. It's my character. It's a wig. When I go home and I'm with my family, yes, I have the same name, but like, I dial it down. Like, I'm not the same person. My character is just an extension of who I am. It's a big extension, but it's an extension of who I am. And it's like, all of us wear wigs, extensions, tape-ins, something, all of us. So of course I want to roll into a little ball and just disappear. My wrestling brain had kicked in, and I knew that the women couldn't finish this match without me. And I was trying to win gold. Like, I'm trying to go forth and do what I got to do. But It got the best of me. It was very distracting. Very, very, very distracting. But, you know, these women deserved a great match. And I couldn't just stop that. The match was going great. I couldn't just stop that. So my body just went into override. And I just had to finish the match at any way possible. I mean, I took the soul snatcher, I thought, very well with one hand. So I was very proud of myself doing that. I just buckled down and just did it because, listen, my inner child was screaming the entire time I was doing it. Oh my gosh. The entire time I was screaming on the inside.
That's a beautiful woman. Lord have mercy. That is a beautiful, beautiful woman. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Is there anything else? Let me see. What is this? Oh, let's go here. Oh, oldie but goodie. Oldie but goodie.
You had dates when you were 16?
Yeah, we had 2 of them, and then he dropped me like that. Broke my heart.
Now, how old were you, Paul? What was the circumstance?
Well, I was a little older than Miss Bertinelli at the time. But let me say that we were just good friends at the time.
What are we talking about here? Your girlfriend called me. He never called me back.
No.
He took me to a movie. We went out on New Year's Eve. Your girlfriend called. I never heard from you again.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Now, did you meet Valerie's parents?
Yes, I did. I'd drive out to Reseda.
He was 27. She was 16. He was 27. She was 16.
Forgot about that.
And I would meet Mr. and Mrs. Bertinelli. Yeah.
And then what did they think of all of this?
They were very, very nice to me.
Uh-huh. And what did they think of you?
And they thought I was a lovely young boy, 27 years old.
Yeah, 27-year-old boy.
Oh.
Yeah. But Miss Bertinelli and I were just good friends.
Yeah, we had a good time, didn't we, Paul?
Just good friends.
Okay. I mean, that was the culture. Some parts it still is. Right? Oh, Dame Dash got a new song, y'all. Did y'all hear y'all hear Dame Dash's new record, y'all? Oh my God. Let's go. Let's check it out. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit.
Y'all architect in hell, I'm architect in heaven. Pooh. Fuck y'all gotta go.
Wait, this is a new record.
We was looking for the huckleberry and we're glad it. We all gave you so much grace. We put you there, and now you got to go. What you were doing is working for the devil. I don't give a how much money the devil pays you. You work for him, you in hell. Y'all architect in hell, I'm architect in heaven. Pooh. Fuck y'all gotta go. We was looking for the huckle.
Oh my God. Y'all feeling that shit? Y'all feeling that Dame Dash? Y'all feeling that Dame Dash, son? Y'all feeling that shit? Wait. Dame Dash. Oh my gosh. Are y'all feeling it though?
Got a lot of nerve disrespecting God. Niggas got a lot of nerve disrespecting God. We all gave you so much grace. We put you there, and now you got to go. All you were doing is working for the devil. I don't give a fuck how much money the devil pays you. You work for him, you in hell.
Man, it's got to be the biggest fall off in hip hop history.
Fuck y'all gotta go.
This is the biggest fall off in hip hop history.
We was looking for the huckleberry and we're glad it's you. First we got one and now we got two. Cheap thief, 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 cheap thief.
Lord have mercy. The beat is kind of the beat's okay, honestly. The beat is okay. Knock out this baby not be no silly shit. What is this nonsense? What'd you put in the chat? Let me see what this bullshit. Let me see this shit. Okay. I mean, the beat's okay. The beat's okay. I don't know. Maybe 10 years ago that would have been a hot track. I don't know. All right. Last two stories. I'm out of here. Oh, let's go here. This here. Okay, be careful of the trauma y'all put y'all kids through, ladies, especially with sons. Let's go.
When I was little, my mom, she used to be like a video vixen or whatever. She used to like date rappers. Whole time she was just getting fucked on by these niggas. They wasn't even really dating her because they never claimed her.
Damn.
She used to go backstage and stuff like that. I remember we walked through this long ass venue. It was a bunch of people on stage doing concerts and stuff like that. We walked all the way to the back, and I guess it was like Ludacris backstage shit where she was dating Ludacris at the time. We go back there, she see the nigga, and then we leave. And then it was the same situation where she was dating T.I. We went to Cascade for King's birthday. We went to the back to see King open his presents and stuff like that, and then we left. She didn't even buy us skates or nothing. And what's crazy is T.I. bought out the venue. We could have got skates for free. It's just the fact that she was showing us off like a purse because she looked so young that she had to prove to the niggas that she was fucking, that she had kids so she could get more money out the niggas, and she wasn't even helping us with the money. Wasn't even paying bills or nothing like that with the money because my stepdad was paying the bills, but he wasn't staying with my mom because she would force him to stay with his mom or stay wherever he was staying because she didn't want him staying in the house so she could fuck other niggas. Really, she was cheating on him with my dad while my dad was cheating on my stepmom, and then he would drive all the way 12 hours to come fuck my mom and then be bullshitting and stuff like that, where they was emailing back and forth and shit, talking about they was finna get married, and my stepmom caught their goofy ass. And then they ended up having to fall out and stuff like that because of my stepmom, because he had to get his shit together. Whole time she's still doing this shit back and forth with these rappers and stuff like that behind my stepdad back while he paying her bills. And she leaving, doing red carpet events and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck she was explaining to him, but we was at the house by ourselves, where he couldn't come watch us and shit like that because she didn't want him to know what he was, what she had going on. So we would literally be at the house by ourselves, me, my brother, and my sister just sitting in her bed crying, waiting for her to get home. And this bitch on planes going across the paying the bill, the country, doing red carpet events, meeting up with Gucci Mane and fucking T.I. and all these people, where I remember at one point in her life, she was just a fucking threesome for T.I. and Tiny, where she was going out her way to get fucked on by these niggas. And then she had Bow Wow friend Cleo, the nigga from Hole, Zero. He had took me to Chick-fil-A and gave me a Chick-fil-A sandwich and shit like that. Told me that I need to be a better kid for my mom because she trying so hard. No, the fuck she not. This bitch is giving out coochie. That's all she was doing. That bitch wasn't doing shit for her kids. That bitch was going out her way to have fun and give out coochie to niggas so she could have money and have all this shit because she was pretty. And then I remember it was a time where she brought us around Gorilla Zone and shit like that and was trying to introduce us to this nigga, and we didn't know who he was. So she had to apologize to the nigga because she felt bad that we didn't know who the fuck he was. I'm like, bitch, nobody give a fuck. We need our mom. We want you to take care of us. Fuck is wrong with you? The country.
Wow. My mom used to leave the DR for 3 to 6 months at a time. She'd leave us with her friend who didn't cook, so there's that. One time she came back and asked her why she was always leaving us. She said because she didn't want to be a mom. She wanted to have fun. I was 7. She has 4 kids, mind you. I definitely felt that, minus the celebrity part, my mom to a T. My mom told us the same stuff. She said she should have never had us. It's the Tina Turner running from the hotel music for me. Oh no, so everyone else is having their issues. Can we see moms? Man, here y'all go. That was his mom's. This was her. In the camera. Oh wow, okay. She's in a daydreaming video. Okay, so she also dated Mikey Moore, the NBA player. Is your mom Superhead? No. Your mom Erica Mena Dreyer? No. Do you hate her? Overly. Damn. She had Ludacris and T.I. and Bow Wow. This is Milk Marie from Rich Gang. His mom is Moray Hill from Cameron Music Video. Thank you. We are actually all in our comments right now. You're invested. It's weird and false. Uh-oh. Damn, you are the son of a bird. This is my mama. Oh my God. Oh my God. So the mama responded. Y'all ready? This is his mama.
I'm the mom a lot of you are looking for. It's like thousands of you looking for me, I guess, for the past couple days. I wasn't aware till just recently. It's come to my attention that you all have met my son. What a joy, right? This situation ain't funny, but the hilarious part of it all is I've never seen a young man who's almost 30 years old be this consumed with his own mama's pussy and what her pussy be doing and not doing. It's crazy to me. I can see if he came on here and talked about himself and trauma, then I wouldn't even have to make this video. But it's so strange that so many of you over 30 don't think for yourselves and believe most of what this young man is saying. I guess that's how our president got into office, because that's the only thing that makes sense.
Oh my Lord.
Some folks just go for anything. Maybe y'all so miserable out here that you just need anything to attach to. Hey, everybody.
She's a super rat.
And ride out with it. First, I want to address the women making videos about me. None of you know me, and you don't even know this story. You don't know half of it. Not even a part of it, because my son is not telling the whole truth. Yeah, you guys decided to go out and make videos against me. Before you even know if your sister was guilty or not, you just, fuck it. We finna roll the dice and just get our clout, get our likes and views. Cool. You can do that off of my integrity and the hurt that I feel from all of this. That's cool. Y'all have a right to do whatever you want. So this is me giving my version from my perspective. Before I get started with this long rant, I want to say that the things that my son did go through that are true, that he's not talking about, were traumatic. Our family has gone through tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. So the things that did happen to my son, I do not demean or minimize. What he went through and what he felt is real, and how he was affected was real. But what he's telling y'all is bullshit. This is what we need to get into. I get that everybody's looking for clout, everybody's looking for attention right now, but I want to apologize to the people who are trauma bonding with my son on subjects that he's never experienced. Yet you're giving him feedback because you actually did experience it. And I'm sorry that you were manipulated and gaslit into thinking that y'all shared the same troubles. Because some of you, and I'm seeing what you're writing, is not what he went through. You would think a young man of almost 30 years old wouldn't have time to talk about things that were years ago. Most of this that he's speaking about is from 10, 20, 30. The things that did years ago, he wasn't even around. And some of it is from when we stopped talking in 2022. So just to update everybody, nothing has happened to my son between me and him for any of this to go on. He tricked me into reaching out to me this year, pretended that he wanted a relationship so he could manipulate and hurt me, and try to get me into a spell that would cause me to have an episode. And when I tried to check in on him, he spazzed out on me being disrespectful. I told him some things that I thought we could talk about because he's an adult, and he went off and he spazzed out. And he said he will do anything and everything he can to ruin me. This is all because I checked on him. And because I mentioned some things from the past that I said maybe we could discuss, or maybe you need to understand, maybe this is why the relationship seems this way or that way. He didn't want to hear none of that. We have gone to therapy years ago.
Okay. She's a whole bird, man. She's a whole bird. Jeez. Good grief. She's a whole bird. Okay. Let me see. Anything else? Oh, last story. Last story. DJ Academics. Another example. The red pill is not real or it's not working. Okay, let me see. It's not that. Okay. Do. Wait, what is this? Okay, I covered that. DJ Academics is winning. Hoes are winning. Red pill not winning. Where is he at? Oh, I'll say that for later. Okay, let's go here. DJ Academics. Shout out to him. Shout out to DJ Academics. Had a date night with Daphne Joy. The best 10 racks he'll ever spend. You know what? I want to see 50 versus Academics, y'all. I want to see it. He said secure. Where's she at? Here she is. Whoo, Lord. Whoo, boy. You can tell she got implants, but we don't care. We don't care. I know 50 hot right now. 50 hot right. I want to see Academics versus 50 Cent. I think Academics is the only person that could take out 50 Cent right now, y'all. Nigga. I think Academics is the only one that could take out 50 Cent. Oh, he cares. Trust me, he cares. Trust me, he cares. Trust me, he cares. Believe it. Yeah, he cares. Hey, the red pill ain't real, y'all. The red pill ain't real. Okay? It's not working. Nobody's listening. I'm happy for him. Best 10 racks he'll ever spend. I'm happy for him. I want to see DJ Academics versus 50 Cent. She's a pretty woman. She is really pretty. Best 10 racks he'll ever spend. Man. Act done lost some weight. You done lost some weight. Okay. Hey, shout out to DJ Academics, man. Hoes out here winning. All right. Okay, that's all I got. I'm out of here, y'all. It's been 2 hours and some change. I will catch y'all later. Have a good night.
One of the ops rates to catch no taste, human taste. Like a piss, like a dog, face. Now I'm not